Here is a subway shuttle for the Staten Island Railway. So convenient that I caught that, only because I never catch the subway shuttles, those ever. I never catch them, and stuff. But yeah, I just decided that I wanted to just get out the house, move around a little bit, because it's Sunday morning, and you know, just wanted to just basically just go around and explore. Here comes 78. Wouldn't be surprised if he's from Charleston. Yep, he's Charleston. Need to fix the sticker if you ask me. Okay. So whether you're watching this live or perhaps the pre-recorded, I just wanted to get out the house and everything, because got some stuff going on later on today and everything with the family and stuff. And tomorrow, well, this week altogether, I'm planning to go to work and stuff. Like, I plan to go to work tomorrow morning. And in fact, I'm going to be taking care of a lot this week, more than my usual week, because normally I work about 2 days. But today in particular, I just wanted to make sure that, I took care of more. So, this is actually my first time on Highland Boulevard since I started working for VIA. And let me tell you, there's been some changes. Like, I think they repaved the bus lanes and stuff. I got a few classic cars right here. Some of them look pretty cool. I know this is ATV Live, but hey, I even took care of some live streams in my backyard. So to a degree, I don't care what I show on the live stream. And not to mention, I just wanted to just start walking because, had some breakfast and, just wanted to get moving and everything. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know that for a few weeks now, I've been trying to find some pink bubblegum ice cream available at Baskin Robbins. But every time I try to go to one, it's always unavailable. And supposedly there was a tweet this morning. There was a tweet that Baskin Robbins posted that, it's basically supposedly not available. Now, this is a Baskin right here that I've delivered from hundreds of times when I was taking care of food deliveries before I started working for VIA. And, just basically just checking out. Here comes a Nova heading back to the mall. Let me give the bus operators a lot of credit, because of a lot of the thumps and bumps that they got to go through and everything. That would drive me crazy and stuff. Gonna try to head inside this Baskin Robbins right here to see if they at least got it, because if they haven't, I'm gonna get myself a bubblegum milkshake. Everything. Like, the reason why I want to try it as a milkshake, to be honest, is because of the fact that if I don't like it, I could just finish it up quickly. Let me just put my mask on. Even though you don't necessarily need to you're required to wear a mask like you used to, I personally like to, only because of the fact that when I caught COVID in late August and early September, I tried to put up as much safety precautions as possible before. And granted, you can't prevent everything, but you could try to stop some things from happening again and everything, if you can. Granted, you can't always. But at the same time, whatever I could prevent to the best of my ability, that's what I'm going to try to do. So I just put my mask on. One of the many KN95s that my dad got when he was working for the Long Island Railroad, because as of Tuesday, he's officially retired. Or already operated his last train and stuff. And I wish I would have put my mask on before I went live, but hey, you live and learn. Here comes another 78. This time heading back. And conveniently stopped right here. This is so convenient. 8137. I gotta ask my friend from Charleston if they still have the MCIs, because I don't even see them anymore. Yeah, I don't even see them anymore. So let me go inside. I'm gonna try to be careful with the camera. I don't know if I can record. They got cotton candy ice cream, which I finally gave it a chance as a milkshake, and I ain't gonna lie, it's really good. So there's the option of trying it again and everything, because it was good, don't get me wrong, but I would have got it if I was in the mood for it. I'm still trying to get pink bubblegum ice cream and stuff, and it is what it is. So it's not available. Oh well, thank you. Coming in.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So no pink bubblegum. So yeah, it is true. The tweet that I kind of quoted and retweeted from a few years ago, when there was someone that asked the same question I asked, I'm like, where's the pink bubblegum ice cream? Turns out it's a spring and summer flavor. And I was kind of laughing because earlier this morning when we finished having our breakfast, my mom was like, I don't even see 31 flavors at Baskin Robbins, and I counted. It made me laugh. And it is what it is. I could have gotten the cotton candy milkshake, but I tried it before, and don't get me wrong, it's good, but the reason why I'm interested in pink bubblegum is because I never tried it before. And besides, I just wanted to get out the house and walk around a little bit, because of the fact that, one, it's rare seeing Highland Boulevard this pretty much clear in the morning. And just in my, seeing how much the area has changed a little bit since I started working for VIA. I'm actually surprised what has since opened up. Like, for instance, on the way over here, I saw a little bit closer to the Verrazano Bridge, they're opening up a Popeyes on this side. Now, everyone has their varying opinions about Popeyes. I think it's so darn disgusting. Only because I hate too much grease on my food and everything. Like, I'll never forget one time when I had the grossest pepperoni pizza of my life and everything. And surprisingly, it wasn't Little Caesars. It was from this one pizzeria where already the plain pepperoni was greasy enough, but the pepperoni pizza was even greasier than that. Like, I wish my car could just run on biodiesel and everything. That one pot could have fueled up my car and stuff. That's how greasy it was. It was so gross. In fact, I was just grossed out altogether. Here comes a Prevost on the Sim 1C heading back to the transit center. He's probably gonna get caught by the light. Yep. Yeah, he or she got caught by the light. Ironically, it was on the Sim 1C where I took my first express bus where the bus operator was a girl. Like, it's so rare. It's so rare. And the Nova's coming behind him. Or her. Is it a guy or a girl? I don't know. Not trying to make fun. I just don't know. Sincerely don't know. I'm not being critical against anyone in particular. Don't unsubscribe. But, you know. Okay. So, basically that's it. Like, I haven't really thought of like what to say before starting this live stream. But hey, 2601 Yukon. And it was a girl. And this is going to be like the format of the morning. See, I'm used to this area because like before I started working for Via, I was driving all over Staten Island with food deliveries and everything. Now, I remember my parents and some asking like if gas prices got low again, would you go back to food deliveries? In a way, yes, because of the fact that one thing I missed when it came to food deliveries was the fact that the commute to my job didn't take long at all. You know what was the commute? From my bed to my car. Now I have to drive 20 minutes over the Bayonne Bridge to the lot in Jersey City, which, you know, it's not that bad and everything, especially the way I go. There's not that many lights, and normally the time I go, which is practically an hour before the morning commute starts at like 6 a.m. and stuff, like I basically just, you know, get in my car, head to the lot, and, you know, by the time I arrive, I inspect and pre-trip the van, get it started, and once I got my van started, then I go to the terminal and stuff. Because one thing you got to know when you start working for Via is that if you ever get the morning shift, and your shift that starts at like 6 a.m., please, and I'm saying please, make sure or that you arrive. If it takes you 30 minutes to get to work, leave an hour ahead of time. Because that way, by the time you arrive, you could just start your van and you could just drive over to the terminal and you don't have to go through much stress. I think I've seen 2518 before. But, you know, whatever is necessary to avoid all the stress on the planet and everything, especially when it comes to driving for a living and everything. And sometimes the terminals varies. Other times the terminal could be around the corner. Other times it's in Journal Square here, which y'all know that I've been to often. And, you know, it varies. Now, I also wanted to go inside 7-Eleven because when I had COVID, I ordered from the same delivery company that I was a freelancer from, and I wanted to see if there was some supposedly hot sauce Doritos and everything. The tilapia hot sauce, I believe it's called. Oh, if I butchered it, I am so sorry. Only, and basically, I just want to see if those chips are available. Again, I'm gonna be careful with the camera. I don't see it. Oh, darn, I think it was a one-time thing. Stinks. Ah, that stinks. Oh well. Okay, here's some more chips back here. Huh. Here's an automated P.O. box from Amazon. Ooh. Doritos 3Ds. Those are really good. I just wish I knew how much they cost. I'm a big kid when it comes to snacks. And besides, I don't want to be out all over the place this weekend. Thank you. So I guess it was just a one-time deal, because for context with regards to them hot sauce Doritos, I ordered it, right? And the 7-Eleven, and I knew which one it was from, they messed up my order, because instead of giving me the hot sauce Doritos, and not to mention the Chewy Chips Ahoy that I prefer Chewy Chips Ahoy over the original. They gave me the original, and they just gave me a stupid bottle of hot sauce and everything. So, as you can imagine, I filed a complaint and everything, and I was able to get some credit on my next order. But basically, that was it. Here's a blue Nova on the 79 right here, and coming the other way is going to be a white Nova. So, if I had time, I would probably like just take the bus back to my car. You know what? I think I want to try that. I want to take the bus back to my car and probably stream it live. Normally I would be like about right here and everything when it's pre-recorded, and then I would be at this particular angle so that the bus would depart. But since I'm live right now, this is the best I could do. This is one of the reasons why I wish there was off-board payment on the 79 SPS and everything. You know how much faster it would be for everyone to get to their destination? Someone's aftershave stinks. Like, I know this bus is from Yukon, but why to me it almost looked like the driver is out of Castleton. Not complaining about either driver. Not complaining about either one. But 8724. I probably took that one. Not so sure, but I'm confident. Like, I've probably taken almost every... Like, I've taken more of the Blue Novas from Yukon than from Castleton. You know how many Blue Novas I've taken from what's it called? From Castleton? One. And that was actually last month from the parade of trains and everything. Because I got back to Staten Island and I got off the ferry and everything. And I was taking the bus back home, and make the long story short, I went to the ferry terminal on an Orion, but I came back on uh, on a Blue Nova and everything. And that was my, so far, one and only Blue Nova that I've taken out of Castleton. Yukons, so many. Manhattanville, I've taken like 2 of them and everything. Specifically the Nova Arctic and the Nova Hybrid that they have. And, what else? Otherwise, like for other buses that I've taken. Oh, I think this is another subway shuttle. Ah, darn. I'm across the street again. If there was a pedestrian median right here, that'd be kind of nice. Like, honestly, if I was in charge of the DOT, that'd be nice. Nothing against the ones in charge of the DOT right now. Commendably, they are trying. Because the bus lanes, they've helped more than before. And, everything else helped more than before. But granted, they got some stuff they got to work on. Yeah, here's some more subway shuttles. Ah, and they're turning right here. Convenient. Someone fixed the engine on 8134. Okay, so Charleston and Yukon are both helping. Okay. Let me cross the street. And, catch this Blue Nova right here on the 79 leaving. Watch, I'm going to cross the street right now, and I will be so upset if an Alexander Dennis or a Van Hool comes by. Or something. Like, everyone's probably looking at me all crazy while I'm talking to myself and stuff, but at the same time, like, now that I got my phone out and I'm streaming live, like, they're still looking at me while I'm crazy. I bet even the homeless will offer me money, but hey. Okay, for everyone that's just joining, I just wanted to, just move around and just go live and everything. Be here on Highland Boulevard and stuff. And just move around, and not to mention, just why not also catch some buses live. Okay, 8605 also needs its engine checked. Why does it sound so squeaky? And for anyone that may be critical against Yukon Depot's maintenance, I just passed by a Charleston Nova that sounded the same way and everything. It was so weird. Here's a Prevo on the Sim 1C. $27.57. Ironic, now that I have my phone out, there's no blue Charlestons coming by. Hey. Broyo, Froyo. Good to see you. I've seen that you commented on my content in the past before. Happy to see you. Yeah, I just wanted to, just get out and, just start moving and stuff. Let me wait for this ambulance to come by. Again, I wish there was a pedestrian median right here. That would help so much. But yeah, I have nothing against the bus lanes on Highland Boulevard. Like, it, in a way, has the traditional side-based design and everything, which is common because of the fact that the buses that we have is basically the the factory default like buses where you just have everyone leaving on the left side, but it's not like some of the BRT ones, like what basically New Flyer has, which is why I'm into the Excelsiors more, or where you can practically board on either side and stuff. Right now, here comes another Blue Nova on the 79 SBS, and basically that's it. Oh, is that emoji for the for the ambulance that came by? So basically, let me just catch this Nova right here. I might take the bus back to my car because I walked a little bit far, and I might go further. For everyone that's been subscribed to my channel for a long time, y'all know that from a good distance, I catch the bus coming, and then I'm back at this angle to some degree to catch everyone departing. And and sometimes people are like, why is this guy talking to himself next to the bus? Oh, this thing got Goodyear tires? Wow. I'm shocked they didn't have Goodrich or something. But heck, okay. Okay. Where's the not? Are you referring to the Nova, bro, yo? Yeah. To comment on that, we do have a select bus service route, or what they call a select bus service route, and everything. The 79. The only thing is that, unlike the traditional select bus service route where you pay before you board, this is it's practically a limited bus where you just put in your Metro card like normal. There's no off-board fare payment and everything, and it's weird. And I even asked the MTA why is that the case, but they just decided, just to have it situated like that. And why is it like that? I don't know. It's so weird. Here. I remember when select bus service first came out and everything. Just to comment on what was mentioned, is I know when it first came out, I thought paying before you board was the dumbest idea ever. Here's a white Prevo. Oh, I'm like, why pay before you board? Some don't pay when they board and everything. And that was my mindset. But the only problem was the fact, but one thing I didn't realize with that is that it was, in a way, the MTA's way of forming or creating a way of bus rapid transit with the resources that they have. And in a way, they were able to accomplish that. Most of the routes you pay before you board. Other routes have priority signaling and everything. And not to mention dedicated bus lanes, which, from Monday through Friday, that's why these cars are parked here. They're not breaking the law. And, and eventually I started to catch on with the idea of select bus service. In a way, I wish they could just have Omni implemented it on the machines for SBS and stuff. Only because of the fact that instead of having it on the buses and everything, that would in a way work. And I also wish they could try it on the express bus, because there are some stops where there are many passengers trying to board, and it could be a little hectic and everything. Granted, it is not hectic in a bad way where everyone's ghetto and stuff, but at the same time, it could be a little bit better organized. One thing that was mentioned earlier is that when I go to work, for instance, in Jersey City, the reason why whenever I get the morning shift, I like to start my van at 5:30 is because and leave for the terminal first is because of the fact that if I arrive like 10 minutes before, which I have before, there are cases where no one on Via hates each other. We're all cool with each other. It's just, you can imagine a bunch of cars trying to come in, take a picture of their vans, and then go. And it can be a little crowded and stuff. So that's basically what I kind of want to an extent. Crowd control to be able to better handle some congested situations and everything. Granted, it won't be the cure. It won't be like the cure to everything in some way, shape, or form, but at least it'll help to alleviate some of the traffic issues and everything. Like, I commend the MTA because MTA is not perfect and everything. Like, you could love it or you could hate it and everything. Like, my dad worked for the Long Island Railroad for over 30 years, and he had reasons to both love and hate it. He loved his job. He just hated some of the stuff that was going on behind the scenes and stuff. But thankfully, as of Tuesday, he'll be officially retired, and he won't have to deal with the railroad anymore. What's going on? Okay. I was like, why couldn't I see I couldn't see the chat response and everything. So, just here, just walking along. Right here is a Wendy's that I've often delivered from when I was taking care of food deliveries. Like, one thing I loved about my job with food deliveries is the fact that, I got to work whenever I want, and Via, granted, you don't have as much freedom, but the bright side is that you're not paying for gas to fill up the vans. Via pays for it because there's a gas station right by the lot. But, granted, there are still some things that I miss. Like, let's face it, it's almost like when you get a car and everything, like, we all have practically our favorite cars and stuff we love about our favorite car. But let's face it, there are some things in our favorite cars that we don't like. Like, for instance, my childhood dream car was the Ford Mustang. And, like, the Mustang practically is almost everything I want in a car, minus frameless windows. I hate frameless windows because they could be easily compromised. Like, for instance, Tesla is very popular and everything, and Tesla's a good car company and stuff. But a majority of, like, all of their cars, minus the Falcon Wing doors on the Model X, are all frameless, where they can be easily compromised. I even seen a video on YouTube of one guy with the premium Tesla Model X, where you basically walk up and the car door opens for you and everything, which looks really cool on paper if you ask me. But anyway, I said all that to say that when his door closes, that's a problem. So right here's another bus stop. And I just constantly like walking down and seeing what's more to explore, because I've already driven by this area hundreds of times and everything, because like if you ever work for Uber Eats, Grubhub, or DoorDash, like Highland Boulevard is a big ATM machine. Like, I've delivered from so many restaurants on Highland Boulevard, it ain't funny. Like the Wendy's, the Tim Hortons. There was a deli at the corner where the 7-Eleven was and everything that I often delivered from. And it helped me to earn a lot financially, which I was happy about. me cross the street. Alright, here's a bowling alley. Like, I wonder how this particular one is. And everything. Like, to me, it's smaller than the one on Victory Boulevard. Like, I've never been inside of this one. Maybe it's not like a big one. Absolutely no food or drinks. Like, how do you go bowling without food or drinks? Even after I play on the Wii, I honestly just want to. Oh, wait. Okay, there's a snack bar. Okay, what that sign should say is no outside food or drinks. Cosmic bowling, karaoke, automatic scoring, cocktail lounge, dartboard, pro shop. Like, okay, they have everything. Everything except an arcade, which I'm not complaining. It's just, you know, something that they don't have. I've delivered from this Burger King a few times. Oh, speaking of cars that I've been eyeing in particular, one car that I've started to like is this one, the Hyundai Kona. Now, this is the electric version right here. I personally got more into the sports model and everything, and yeah, I finished breakfast and stuff. Like, you was Fernie. Oops, sorry. The reason why I've gotten into the Hyundai Kona is because, speaking of Charleston, I had a friend that was out of Charleston, and he and his wife has since moved down south, out of state, and everything. And make the long story short and stuff, before he moved out, he bought a brand new Hyundai Kona, and already I fell in love with that car, because when I got in the back seat, there was so much legroom. But when he allowed me to drive his car that one time, I just fell in love with it ever since. The power steering is like a feather, you know, so fun to drive and everything. Like, I just fell in love with that car. I wouldn't mind the sports model and maybe the electric model. Maybe. I mean, the electric model is kind of in a last place option for me. Now, I have nothing against electric cars and everything. Like, personally, I don't want an electric car because they are supposedly good for the environment. Believe me, I'm into helping the environment more than anyone. As much as the next person and stuff. The only thing is that, you know, electric cars, they don't have the complete 100% things that other vehicles should have. I'm happy all these cars are gas right now, because while I'm saying this out loud, they could probably say something back. But hey, it is what it is. I wonder which one of these cars have a start stop. Okay, no. Maybe the Mercedes right here. How do I know that? Because I drive a Mercedes every week for work. All I know is like I remember before I started working for Via, I was a little bit critical against Mercedes-Benz. Good company, don't get me wrong. But I heard that they had some maintenance issues or whatever, and, you know, they're not always reliable or whatever, and they cost a lot and stuff. And this is from what I've heard. But all I know is, like, the vans that we have for work, which is the Mercedes-Benz Metris, which is a baby Sprinter. Like, I fell in love with them. They are so fun to drive and everything. Like, they're they're so easy to drive and stuff. Like, in some cases, almost easier than it takes to drive my car and everything. Only difference is I drive a little hatchback, but that's the only major difference. Waiting for everyone else to go bed. But yeah, that's the only major difference and stuff. But otherwise, they're so fun to drive. Like, it's something about the newer cars where they're so much easier to drive than before. But it's not just with cars, it's with other things. Like, my other friend that's out of Charleston, he got a chance to drive the blue Prevos. And one thing that he told me is that they're almost like driving vans. The only difference is you have to remember that you're driving a bus. Now, yesterday I was on Tesla's website, and I've also checked their Twitter page, and after a long time of waiting and not receiving any updates, the first deliveries of the Tesla Semi is finally coming in starting in December, which I'm happy about. And you know, oh, you're in the suburbs. Okay. Like, let me give many of you in the suburbs credit because of the fact that y'all live in areas where y'all need to constantly be in some form of public transportation, and you can't just casually walk everywhere. Like, granted, one thing that I learned about living on Staten Island, some areas get some suburban vibes, and then you have others that get some city vibes. It's the weirdest combination ever and stuff. But at the same time, it's something that I've gotten used to. I mean, if I had a choice on where to live, I personally wouldn't like to be in a suburban area. Maybe a more walkable community. Like, Broyo, you commented on my video on public transportation on moving walkways at Flushing Meadows. And one thing I mentioned in the respondent, first off, thank you for giving a legitimate comment and everything, because it's kind of sad and it annoys me when some don't give a legitimate reason for why they feel the way they do about certain things and everything. And, granted, you can't always change a person by giving all of the reasonable and logical answers. But like I said, I'm not completely into new urbanism or everyday urbanism. And, but one thing that you can't deny is the fact that when you walk more and you exercise more, you feel better. The only thing is that it's not enough with just going to the gym every day. Now, I have nothing against anyone with a gym membership. Some of my friends and family have gym memberships. But at the same time, the reason why I don't like going to the gym is because it makes exercises look boring. It makes it look completely boring, speaking of a Tesla. But anyway, like, if I had a choice, I wouldn't live in the suburbs and everything. I have nothing against it. Like, honestly, being a futurist, like, when I was a kid, you would think like the answer to like what would be like the good answer is to live in a nice, comfortable house and take some personal form of transportation and from one place to the next. And that's the basic definition of the suburban sprawl and stuff. Now, granted, the suburban sprawl has created, in some cases, some slightly quieter areas than many places. But at the same time, it's not perfect. But at the same time, new urbanism and everyday urbanism isn't perfect either. Er, Now, the fact that you live by the subway and the railroad and everything, that's awesome. One thing I hope is that they keep the fare at a reasonable price and everything. Notice I didn't say low. At a reasonable price where it's not a burden on the commuters that need to take it. But at the same time, it's not too high for the ones that want to take it and stuff. Had to walk, wow, 20 miles. I give you credit. I'm too lazy. Nah, actually one time I did walk all the way from my house, which is like 5 minutes by car from the Bayonne Bridge, over the Bayonne Bridge, and then on the other side and then back and everything. And that was one of the best walks that I've ever had. I was able to complete a lot of mileage and everything. And that comment on Elon Musk and stuff, like Musk isn't perfect, but hey. Wait, the ferry's $4 now? Oh my god. Sheesh. What happened to 275? And it kind of stinks because I wanted to take the New York ferry one day. Hey, like granted, it's I understand that there's an outside company and everything involved and stuff, but like to make the fare prices that high, I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. Like, that's insane. Oh yeah, here's another car, the Corolla Cross. Now, I gotta commend Toyota for being one of the last companies to still make the sedan still available. Like you got the Camry, the Corolla, and a few others. But one thing we can't deny is the fact that here in the United States, we became way too much involved in having bigger cars. Now, I'm not going to deny that in some cases, I understand why. Because they feel more comfortable than when you're in a sedan. The only problem is, the more comfortable we make driving for everyone, the more cars there will be on the road, and the more traffic there will be. Again, that's one of the reasons why I'm into stuff. Eesh. Like $40 to go back and forth on the New York ferry would be insane for me. I empathize for the ones that had to take the New York ferry every single day and stuff, because my thing is, like, if there's a reasonable amount of passengers taking your service, then why increase the price for no reason? That'll only scare the people that is saving just enough to buy a car. And if that happens and everything, then there will be more cars on the road, and it'll be more of a burden, and it will make getting your own car seem like a dream that's out of reach, like a Cinderella story or something. And in a way, it doesn't have to be and stuff. Like, the thing about like too many cars on the road, it's kind of the ugly stepsister almost. And it's also one of the reasons why I compare buses with the Bible and everything. Now, it was admittedly kind of courageous when I first mentioned that statement, but the reason why I compare buses with the Bible is that both have so much potential into being helpful for many in their everyday life. The sad part, however, or like the reason why I'm not freaking out over that, guy, is because that happens often. But the sad part, however, is the fact that When there's some that claim to know what they're doing and everything, unfortunately, it seems to be an underappreciated resource. It seems to become an underappreciated resource, both buses and the Bible. Now, the big contrast, of course, is that one runs on diesel fuel and another has its own power. But hey. This one seagull right here. Kind of made me chuckle a bit. All right, this Prevo's going. Now, I'm just curious, bro, yo, if you're still watching this. Do you live in Nassau County or Suffolk County? Only because of the fact that, the reason why I'm asking is because I know Nice Bus was proposing to create an express bus service to Manhattan and everything, and I just wanted to know. Oh, Seagulls County. Okay, I gotta look up where that is. I forgot. But yeah, Nice Bus was planning to create a direct express service to Manhattan and stuff. And I don't know what buses they're going to use and everything. In a way, at some point I was wondering if they could use a CNG variant of the MCI D45 CRT or CRT LE. But now that I think about it, it would probably help if they could probably what's it called? If they could probably go with some suburban variants of the Gillig BRT plus CNGs that they've been acquiring lately. Freightliner Cascadia right here. Oh, you are in Nassau. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Like, granted, Nice Bus doesn't have the same provisions that Long Island Bus used to have. And, I'm not going to pretend that every time I went to Bus Fan in Nassau County that all the buses were perfect. But, I can only say this from a certain perspective. It seems like the buses in Nassau County are getting better little by little. Not completely. I know. Trust me. If Matt Camper and Andy's Randomness was watching this live stream, they would probably have their varying opinions and stuff. But let's face it, in some cases, they have made some slight improvements. Like, they take much better care of their articulated Excelsiors, the XN60s. They seem to take good care of their Gillig BRT plus CNG. And, some things are getting slightly better little by little. Okay. That's probably a statement from many in Nassau County, how they prefer to take the railroad over Nice. And, in some cases I understand. I still want to take Nice Bus one day. Only because when I was a kid, I've always wanted to take Long Island Bus because of the fact that what's it called? One thing is that when I was a kid and Dad often took me to work, especially when he was operating trains on the diesel job and stuff. I often saw in Nassau County how cool the Orion 5 CNGs used to look with the four-way folding doors, which I thought looked awesome when I was a kid. And they have since retired, sadly. and MTA has since got into a dispute with Nassau County, which led to the creation of Nice Bus. But at the same time, it's something that I wouldn't mind trying or giving a chance just to see what the trip is like. Because I know I'm going to head to probably Hempstead, only because of the fact that often when my dad was operating the electric trains, because I was born during the last days of the M1 era, and basically often whenever mom had to get some errands and dad invited me to work, or whenever dad's train was coming and stuff, mom would drop me off from my childhood station at Nostrand Avenue, and then I'd be on with dad's train, and we often went out to Hempstead. Every once in a while it was Long Beach, then Far Rockaway or Huntington, but it was often Hempstead. In fact, when dad operated his last train, for nostalgic reasons, I wanted the train to be an M3 from Hempstead to Atlantic Terminal. But instead, of course, he operated train 2813, which was a rush hour train from Far Rockaway to Penn Station. And that's going to be in my channel in the coming weeks. And for everyone that's watching the pre-recording or whoever's watching live, I'd like to apologize for being late with uploading content and everything, because I know I promised to upload the rest of the parade of trains. But you gotta understand that I've been so darn busy for over a month now and stuff with a number of things. I've been so busy for the last few months with a number of things with just taking care of X, Y, and Z and everything, which has been a huge nightmare. Well, not necessarily a nightmare, but just a lot to take care of. I feel bad. Like, it's rare when I don't think I've ever been one of dad's trains in my life out to Babylon and stuff. Like, I'll never forget the one train he operated when I went out to Montauk, and he was operating DE engine 408 with C35005 on the west end and stuff. We took a train, that one train that day, from Jamaica to Montauk, and then Montauk to Long Island City, and then we jumped on the G train back to Brooklyn because it was a year before we moved to Staten Island. Anyway, I still have that locked in my head. And a few weeks ago when I went to Jamaica, I caught engine 408, and I got so happy and a little emotional because, again, it's for nostalgic reasons, especially due to the fact that as of Tuesday, my dad is officially retired. He already operated his last train last month and stuff. But, end of an era. Now, one thing I was shocked about when I took the Long Island Railroad and stuff is the fact that there are so many that there's so many that now works for the railroad that's younger than me, which is so weird and everything, because I'm 26, by the way, and some of these are looking like kids that have just graduated or something. Let me get my Metro card out. I'm gonna take the bus back to my car. Yeah, I'm taking the bus back to my car. S78, Nova 8140. Morning. So it's time for me to head back.
Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Cooper Avenue.
By the way, this is my second time on one of Charleston's Novas. This is actually the 78 and stuff. 78 is Charleston's, 79 is Yukron's and stuff. Just to answer your question. I'm actually on Highland Boulevard. I'm not gonna say where.
Please exit through the rear door. Highland Boulevard and Burger Avenue.
This seat cleared up. Might as well take it.
Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Delaware Avenue.
I've been on here for about.
This stop is Highland Boulevard and Delaware Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Cromwell Avenue.
How much you had?
Yes.
Why you get off?
For everyone that's just watching, I got a email from my job telling me that now there's overnight refueling coming soon, which I'm so happy about.
This stop is Highland Boulevard and Cromwell Avenue. Please exit through the rear door. Next stop is Highland Boulevard and Seaview Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Seaview Avenue.
Unfortunately, there are emergencies everywhere and stuff. Like, even when I was a kid in Brooklyn, there was a fire station on my block.
Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Mill Avenue.
So I definitely know what you're talking about.
Please exit through the rear door.
Perfect, because this is where I need to get
This
off.
stop is Highland Boulevard and Mill Avenue. Next stop, Highland Boulevard and Lawton Avenue. This stop is Highland Boulevard and Lawton Avenue.
Thank you. It doesn't have to be the metro area. It's just so many emergencies wherever you go. Dropped my sneaker by accident. Okay, so I didn't walk that far. Yeah, because I basically parked right by the Staples and everything, and it takes me about a few minutes to get home. So just gonna head home, take care of what I've had to do, and everything, because I live in Mariners Harbor. So, you know, that's basically it. Everything. So now I'm gonna just head back in my car, or just head home and everything, and then that'll be it for the day. Look, now, like, the 78 wasn't coming for some time and everything. Now more and more of them are passing by. I'm like, this is crazy. But hey, it is what it is. So, oh, you live in? Yeah, I live in a house myself and everything. Like, that's why my recordings are not so interrupted. But you know, I just wanted to, you know, just get out and start moving around. I'm not gonna say where I live exactly, but hey, comes another 79 right here. I mean 78, 8119. So that's basically it. Either way, what are your thoughts on this video? Like, share, and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And everyone's also welcome to become a Patreon member. So I'll see y'all later.